What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Boosted here, and today I'm going to kind of give a little review on my boost gauge that I put in. I put that in about 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It's a boost gauge from ECS Tuning. If you guys don't know that, it's a big tuning website that does a lot of like Audis, Volkswagens. I think they do some Porsche, BMWs, anything European they really do. Really, it was pretty simple. Just tapped into the vacuum tube that goes into the intake, ran it through the back behind the firewall, through the firewall, underneath the brake master cylinder, and then through the second firewall, because these already have like 2 firewalls. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call the first one a firewall, the second one really is, but it's got like a wall, whatever. Ran that underneath there. The sensor is, well, that's the boost gauge for one. That's what it looks like. You can't really see, but there's a panel right here that you take off, and my sensor's mounted up over here, and then it runs through up there into the vent. But I want to turn my car on because it's really hot, but I wanted to show you guys this. So if we turn the key on, it cycles from 30 to 30. You're gonna go back to 0. Alrighty, put the clutch in here, and obviously it works. Obviously, I'm not gonna build no boost because I'm standing still. This AC on, bro. It is 86 degrees out. It is hot as hell. But so I guess hopefully that wind isn't messing with the audio or anything. I'm gonna give a little review on what I kind of review and dash rate on this boost gauge. Let's see. Shipping, everything else, that was pretty, that was pretty smooth. It was pretty easy. Standard shipping. Paid for it, got it within 4 days. So that was 1 star right there. That's good. A-okay. Get the boost gauge in. I actually have the box since in the trunk. I'm not getting out to get it. Installation was pretty. I mean, let's see. Tapping it into it was pretty easy, and running it was fine. But the wiring diagram that they give you for the boost gauge, for your turn on lights and everything else, was not like, that was kind of annoying. Because it wasn't what I did. I ended up doing something else. I forget what I have it wired into now. But really, all you need is a key on. You just need to tap into a fuse to key on. They wanted you to cut into the, I'll show you. They wanted you to cut into here for the headlight switch. And tap into the turn on there for your lights. So when you turn the lights on your gauge, or your headlights, it turns the lights on the gauge. Well, I was like, well, whatever. I'll just route it to turn on so it turns everything on. I don't care what lights running during the day, whatever. Sometimes I run it anyways. So that's what I did with that. That was alright. I mean, it wasn't my favorite. This is the biggest thing I hate about this boost gauge. Well, let me backtrack that actually. The actual boost gauge, the vent pod you see here, because normally you'd have this right here, but obviously you don't have that. So you have to pry this out, disconnect the sensor that's in here for the ambient air sensor for auto, whatever it's called. You take that out, disconnect that, and you gotta take this out, and you gotta pop your vent out. And I don't know if you guys can really see. Hang on, let me see if I can get in there. You can kind of see the door. Well, you can't really see it, but there's a door. There's a door in there, like your blend door, obviously, and you have to drill a 1/2-inch hole, obviously, so you can run your wires up through, and then you got to cut like a little, I'd say about 1.5 inch space for the wires to route through. So if you want to close the air, you can still close the air, which I did that. Easy. That was no big deal. Got that in. And this is the only problem I've run into now, is that now that it's in, it comes with an O-ring. Let me turn this air off so you all can ignore this messy ass car. That's where my girlfriend sits. So I mean, this is her area, and you can see that a female lives here because she's got trash everywhere. Anyways, now you can see it's in this little vent pod, right? But it is not connected. There's this O-ring that you have to slide in. Well, see, I slid it in, and somebody left a review on the product and said, grease it the hell up. I've greased this thing up so much, and I've yet to ever get that in there to sit and stay. That is really annoying. It's a very big con to me because I don't like the way that looks. It doesn't look like it looks janky. It doesn't look, oh shit. It just looks janky. It doesn't look right. I don't like that. So I'm gonna have to end up taking that gauge back out and the vent piece, put it in the vent piece, and then put the whole assembly in at once. But the direction doesn't say do that. The direction says, put this in, put that in, put the vent in, and then put the gauge in when it's done. So that is very, very annoying to me. But everything else, it was alright. You know, I spent $202 on this. I feel like it shouldn't be as much of a pain in the ass, I guess, to do. Spent way too much money on it, to be honest with you, but it's quality. I like the way it looks. It looks factory. It's clean. It's a very clean look to the car. I mean, this is, you know, the dash, and then over there, it's a very clean look, which I'm okay with. I do like that. It looks clean. But you know, ECS does sell some for the other vent here on the left side, but I just like the way that looks better for me. I think it's easier to look at. I didn't want to do with the steering column, boost gauge, or anything. I don't really like those. Let me see if I can sit right here. I gotta get my, yeah, this is a problem. I'm rambling now, but let's see if I can't do this on one-handed here. But I mean, the routing for the sensor itself was really easy. Besides that, the grommet hole they tell you to use, I don't know if it's just my car or whatever, was being used by the master cylinder for like a vacuum, I guess, for the fluids. I don't know why. So I had to run it through the ECU box and through the ECU wires to come in. But still wasn't, I mean, that was kind of a pain, but it wasn't nothing, no big deal at all. So yeah, that's really about it. It was hot and miserable the day I did it, so that sucked. I was gonna record it, but it took too long. I didn't feel like recording the whole thing. But was it worth it? For $202, no. But it looks nice. It does look nice. If you really want a factory look boost gauge, I like that. It looks good. It looks factory. I mean, obviously it's not factory, but it looks factory. That's all that matters. It looks factory. It's clean. The wires are clean. The only thing, take my fuse box off, and obviously you see that the wires that ran there. But whatever. But it does look clean. I just got back out of class actually, and manual transmission tore apart a transfer case today, which was fun, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow's race day, so we'll go do that. Go do some racing. Had about 2 weeks off break, summer break, 2 weeks off, but back at it. Today's the first week back, so. If you're wondering why I have hair ties around here, my lovely, lovely girlfriend decided to drop my vape off the bedside of a power stroke and hit the ground. So now the mag itself does not stay in. So, you know, a couple hair ties, and she works. I stole the hair ties from her actually. I was like, well, you broke it, so I'm gonna steal your hair ties. But I've rambled on enough. I'm trying to think of, like, things on other recording stuff. I know I'm not very active. I'm trying to be active, but I'm not. Just gotta find shit to record, I guess. I'll do a wheel review because you guys did see a little video of the new wheels I put in the Audi. They still look good. They still look fine. But something did happen. But I will leave that for another video where I can actually walk around the car and show you. And when it's not miserable out, it is really hot out today. Humid as hell up here in Lima. So, overall review on the ECS boost gauge. Good boost gauge. It works. It functions right. Plenty of lighting, and it's called. You can't see now, but I forgot to mention that the lights and the needle is color matched to the factory Audi gauges. So, I don't know if you can really see, but you got these gauges. You can't really see, they don't make a difference because it's nighttime, obviously. But they are the same color. They're white and red with the white backing and the red needle. Looks factory. It matches. It's awesome. Functionality works great. Goes all the way to 30 pounds of boost, which I will never run 30 pounds in this boost. Woosah, let me retract my statement here so I can talk and speak fucking English. I will never push 30 pounds of boost in this car with the stock internals that it is, and with the stock turbos. Because with the KO3, I'll never push 30 pounds out of this. Okay, anyways, overall review on the boost gauge. Factory look, good. Functionality, good. Install, this vacuum sensor and boost gauge sensor, easy. Wiring, kind of a bitch because the diagram they give you doesn't really work at all. 5, look-wise, I mean, I don't know if I would look-wise. Well, and to the fact that the O-wing is a pain in the ass. I mean, a pain in the ass to get on, and I've still yet to get it on, and I'm kind of a lazy fuck right now, and I'm not put it all the way in. Still works though. You know, that means overall, if you want a factory look to your car with a boost cage, go for it. It's a really nice aftermarket look. It looks great. It still looks factory. Functionality works. You know, out of 5, I'd give this thing about a 3.5 to a 4. Maybe 3. We're gonna go 3.5 because they don't give you a good wiring diagram for it, and the O-ring to do it itself, to install in the vent pod, is a pain in the ass. $202. I think you can get something cheaper, but me, I'm not a fan of like the over the column boost gauges or the pillars. I don't like pillars. I mean, I do, but this is not a truck. I think only trucks should have pillars. But I'm not saying I wouldn't put a pillar in this. I just think pillars look better in trucks than they do cars. That's just my opinion, my preference on it. But yeah, I'd say a 3.5 out of 5. But that's about it. If you guys like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Later.